Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, March 8, 2018. My name is Madison Gerland. Thank you for tuning in to our Texan TV newscast. In campus news, with spring break coming up, Tarleton Student Affairs sent out a spring break travel advisory warning for students possibly traveling to Mexico or cities near the border. Destinations such as Cancun and Cozumel are at a level 2 warning to exercise increased caution. At a level 4 warning, which is a do not travel zone in Tamaulipas, which borders South Texas from Laredo to Brownsville and South Padre. In local news, significant changes to the structure of the Stephenville City Council appear to be on the horizon, reports Sarah Vandenberg from the Stephenville Empire Tribune. The Charter Review Committee is proposing a number of amendments to the city charter that include reducing the members of city council members from 8 to 6, not counting the mayor, extending terms from 2 to 3 years and including term limits. The term limits would mean that the council members would have to take a 1-year break after serving 2 to 3 year terms. Red Harrison chairs the Chapter Review Committee and says that the proposed amendments have been in the works for the past 2 years. Any changes to the city charter must be decided by voters. The Associated Press reports that Bernie Sanders is warning the Democratic Party not to attack its own candidates in primary battles, as happened in the Houston area congressional race. The Vermont senator said it's appalling that the party's congressional campaign arm targeted Laura Moser ahead of Tuesday's primary election. Moser, an activist, was endorsed by Sanders. Sanders told the Associated Press on Wednesday that such attacks are not acceptable. Moser, the Houston native, was also targeted by the campaign arm for joking that she'd rather have her teeth pulled out without any anesthesia than live in small-town Texas. Sanders did come to her defense and said what these organizations should not be doing is doing negative attacks on Democratic candidates. That just continues the process of debasing the democratic system in this country and is why so many people are disgusted with politics. In national news, after reeling from the gruesome mass shooting that occurred at Marjory Stoneman and Douglas High School, Florida lawmakers have passed a $400 million gun control and school safety bill. This new bill raises the minimum age to 21 to purchase any firearm, requires a 3-day rating period on gun purchases, and allows school districts and law enforcement to arm certain staff members after an emotional 8 hours of debating, with some House members being directly affected on the matter. Legislation passed a vote of 67 to 50. In international news, China's forestry ministry says that the national bank pledging at least 10 billion yuan, or an estimated $1.5 billion, to create a massive giant panda conservation park in southwestern Sichuan province. The Sichuan branch of the central bank signed an agreement with the provincial government to finance the giant panda's national park's construction by 2023. The park aims to bolster the local economy while providing endangered animals with an unbroken range in which they can meet and mate with other pandas to enrich their gene pool. The Associated Press reports that the Sichuan official involved in the park planning told the state-run China Daily that the agreement will help alleviate poverty among the 170,000 people living within the project's proposed territory. Plans for the park were initiated in January 2017 by the ruling Communist Party Central Committee and the State Council. The China Daily reported, and for more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. President Trump is expected to announce new tariffs on imported steel and aluminum by the end of the week. Officials now say the tariffs won't be put on imports from Canada and Mexico right away. A big winter storm is dumping heavy snow on the northeastern U.S. and knocking out power to hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses. A winter storm warning runs through Thursday for most of New England. Authorities in Birmingham, Alabama say a fatal shooting in a high school appears to be accidental. A 17-year-old girl was killed and a 17-year-old boy was injured. No arrests were immediately reported. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is in Ethiopia at the start of a 6-nation Africa tour. He's expected to try to repair relations after President Trump's alleged derogatory comment about African countries. Shirley Smith, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
Tarleton basketball has been in full swing this past weekend at the Dr. Pepper Arena, with the men and women's teams competing in the LSC tournament. The men came up short in the semifinal against UTPB 83-55 and finished the year with a 9-11 record. The women's team came into the tournament as the number 5 seed and looking to defend last year's title, but suffered a loss to West Texas A&M in the championship game 80-66, but will be facing Lubbock Christian in the regional tournament March 9th. For weather, we turn to Cam Nellam.
For today, the National Weather Service predicts a high of 68 and a low of 48 with cloudy skies.
This has been a production of the Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Loida Alvarez, Cam Nellam, Joy Leach, and Caitlin Rivera. Have a wonderful day, Texans.